happy just to be here, but they are a team with a real shot, I think. EHOME had not been playing all that well. They've been really mixing up their picks, but not in a way that's caught opponents by surprise. In fact, in a way that has left them sort of a bit all over the place, a bit unorganized. And I think Mouz Sports, if they get their picks, drafts, lanes together, they can take it to EHOME. They can pull off this win.
Yeah, I actually think we have two kind of similar teams here. Very high individual skilled players on both teams, but kind of some miscoordination as far as team strategies go.
All right, well, we're talking about them, but let's meet them. It's Mouz Sports versus EHOME next, and we're going to go to an interview, I believe, with Mouz Sports.
Steven Pillay. I go under the name 1437, and I play for Mouz Sports. I'd say I'm very outgoing. When my mood is up, I feel like I play really well, and that really helps the entire team as well.
My name is Wei Sing Yun. I play Dota 2 for Mouz Sports. My nickname is Sing Sing. I think most people know that we're like the clowniest team on the scene. We kind of don't really care about what people think of us, we just do whatever we think is fun. Whenever I'm excited, I have some adrenaline flowing through my body, I just go crazy. I just say whatever comes up in my mind, taunt my opponents, flame my own teammates, whatever.
Since last year's international, on my flight back, I was already thinking about the second international. I think that was the most exciting and most intimidating event I've ever been to. And I feel this year is going to be the same, maybe even bigger.
Winning the international, I'd say it's like a life goal, the highest you can achieve in Dota.
Winning the international, man, that's just a dream come true. There's nothing else you can say, really.
If I win, the first person I'd call would probably be my brother. He's the guy that hooked me up with Dota a long time ago.
If I win the internationals, it would definitely be my mother. She's been supporting me my entire life, and she's very proud.
Okay, then, so you met there one for, is it 3-7? 14-37. That's, yeah, I don't know why I got that wrong. I speak to him all the time.
Yeah.
I was just like, numbers, you've confused me with all your numbers you're bringing to the show, Bruno. But of course, you met Sing Sing, but let's meet the rest of the team.
1437, Toronto, Canada.
Black, Frankfurt, Germany.
Kuroki, Berlin, Germany.
Bambu, Leiden, Netherlands.
Sing Sing, Naaldwijk, Netherlands.
I'll have to ask him why he's called 1437, and I should stop blaming Bruno for all my mistakes. But let's hope Mouz Sports don't make any mistakes, because that's kind of been their story. They start off strong, and then they kind of throw it away. So, guys?
Well, Mouz Dodo, best Dodo, blink before Echo Dodo. Unfortunately, Come With Me is not here.
Not actually here. Signature move.
That's
not,
actually
not
a bit of a story.
Effect.
I mean, Kuroki coming, instead of Come With Me, who did have some visa problems, Kuroki, one of the sort of famous established players from Germany, and we're going to see whether or not he can do as epic as Echo Slam as Come With Me did back at last international.
Yeah, I actually asked 1437 why he chose that number, and he said there was actually no reason. He just straight up, that's just a random
rolled
4
his
digits.
face on the keyboard. All right, then. So that is, of course, Mouz Sports. So let's meet their opponent. It's EHOME. We can have a look at the player profile and see all 5 members of EHOME, and we'll take a little look at them and see what we think. So, guys, EHOME here going up against Mouz Sports.
Oh, yeah, you want to talk to us? Yeah, so
sorry.
EHOME are very similar to Mouz, as I mentioned. They're
Bruno, save us. What EHOME?
EHOME.
Yep, there you go. So they're a pretty erratic team, as Gods mentions. They're not as erratic as Mouz Sport. They probably have more individual skill. They certainly have a ton of experience. 357 has been around the scene forever. Likewise with King J. X, one of my favorite players of all time, as well as Lam. And PC2, who is not a noob, despite what Tusky H3 may actually believe.
Yeah, a good team. They've had better results. I like the way I caught you completely off guard there, Bruno. I was like, come in, give us some great information. EHOME. All right, okay, so yeah, EHOME potentially the favorites, I guess. What do you guys think?
Favourites, but I don't think they're going to win. I don't know how that works, but in Australia, everything's upside down. So
actually, I think if there's going to be a random game that can go either way, this is it. This is the least predictable game of the tournament.
This is, like, to me, in some, maybe not the highlight of today as far as epicness goes, but definitely something that's going to be, I'm expecting some crazy picks, crazy strategies.
All right, then. So, Bruno, they say it's the most unpredictable game of the tournament. Can we get some statistics to get this situation sorted out?
I'm ready now. Well, EHOME has the worst Morphling of every other team. You know, Morphling has been
so like 15 wins and only 1 loss.
No, 9 and 9.
7 and 2. 7 and 2.
50%, 9 and 9 actually, which is
that's
worse
disgusting.
That is awful.
Yeah, terrible. Let's just pick other hero.
All right, that's it. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, so yeah, we're going to get over to the commentators. I told Mouse Sports if they win, I'll get a haircut. So I think they're going to be super motivated. Maybe I'll give Sing Sing's jacket back. Probably not. But here we go. Then we're going to go into the lower bracket game. It's Mouse Sports versus EHOME. It's huge for both teams. If they lose, they're out of the international. Good luck to both teams. And over to our commentators.
Thank you very much, James. And yes, we are now back here in the lower brackets where we have Mouse Sports going up against EHOME in this do-or-die matchup. Mouse Sports, the team which luckily got into this. MUFC, there was trouble with their visa or passport being lost, which meant they were excluded from this team. They had a best-of-5 playoff against the World Elite, another Chinese team. Mouse Sports were able to take them out 3-zip. Now they face up against the team that was second place, the last international, the only team that really took a game off Na'Vi in the entire first international. It is EHOME. They're not looking as strong as they used to be. Maybe Mouse Sports can bring them down, but hey, Slash, this is why I love having you as my co-commentator, man, because you're my Chinese expert.
Well, that is right. And EHOME, of course, not in their current, their current incarnation was not the one that managed to take second place last year. They've got a few change-ups, really, bringing in King J, who was formerly actually playing for another team, as well as Lam, who was there for he was actually one of those players who was there for Gamescom last year, but PCT, who only was standing in there for ESWC.
Yeah.
So it's an entirely different team with a different play style, known as the team that really is swapping positions more often than they're swapping their clothes, really. But it's absolutely insane how much individual skill they actually possess. And it's such a shame, really, that after this game, one of those teams has to really go out.
That is true. Mouse Sports, they're the entertaining team as entertainment level goes, they're level to Na'Vi. They're level to Na'Vi as far as entertainment goes. As far as skill goes, Na'Vi, of course, do pin them pretty hard on that one. But Mouse Sports, they've got a lot of bags up, well, a lot of tricks under their bags. Yeah, that doesn't really work in English. But you can at least say they've got some tricks. They've got their plans ready for this competition right now. So far, banning out the Invoker, Lestrak, as well as Chen. We see Darkseer, Lycan, and Naga being banned out by EHOME. So standard from EHOME, Mouse Sports, they get Rubik, a hero which they've used in so many different scenarios, so many different ways, because Rubik is just that guy that can do that.
Yeah, and we, of course, expect EHOME to at least pick up the Prophet plus one more hero. Possibly the Morphling that's been so popular these days.
Well, do we even think they're going to go that? Morphling, as our panel of esteemed experts did tell us, they've only had 50% win rate on that one. That's not as good as the rest of the world. Oh, yeah!
EHOME style!
For those people who are sitting at home in Europe and going, about to fall asleep, for the people who just woke up in Asia who are watching, you're like, well, I haven't really had my morning coffee yet. Have it right now, because EHOME are going to give us Wisp Tiny. Answer back from Mouse Sports will be Tidehunter +1, but Wisp Tiny, man.
This is their combo that actually they use to beat IG. That is sort of one of their, well, you could call it a pocket strat.
And they're showing their pocket pretty fast, though, man. They're showing their pocket. Like, I doubt Mouse Sports would have even banned those two heroes. They could have picked them in their last selection. And now we see Morphling coming out here for Mouse Sports. So Black will get the safety. And you got to say Mouse Sports, as far as you probably say percentage drafts, they're looking pretty good with their draft right now.
Yeah. No love for Prophet, though, which is really, really surprising. No one's really picking Prophet so far.
The Tree Man is getting a little bit more neglected. Even though some people do consider him as the pimp of money of Dota.
Like you do.
Well, Hand of Midas, man. It's amazing what you can do with a Prophet. And we get the Brewmaster as the third one here from EHOME. So Brewmaster selection. They can control team fights. They can control heroes to their heart's content. The biggest problem I'm seeing them have right now is the Brewmaster Ultimate being stolen, and also the fact that if Rubik is run solo mid by Sing Sing, then we could be seeing a high level Rubik stealing the Wisp Ultimate and just by himself steal a Split Earth or something like that. Obviously, it's not possible to track band out, but steal a stun, and he can move anywhere on the map. Fate Bolt, Telekinesis, plus his extra damage. He can start soloing heroes, especially the Wisp himself.
Yeah, we currently think about EHOME's laning, which is always a bit of a problem with the Wisp on the lineup. They normally they would actually try lane with Tiny Wisp plus one more support hero and probably throw the Brewmaster into the mid lane. But it's not the best sort of lanes, and Morphling is one of the best tri-laners.
Yeah. That is true, man. That is true. We talked about it many times, just what makes a great support hero. It's the reason why we see Venomancer being banned out by QQQ right now. The Venomancer is considered to be the best support hero to have in a lane if you want protection, if you want space, because he's so great for harassment. He's got a 50% slow with a level 1 Gale. He's got good range harassment. These are the things you offer as him. Wisp is kind of like one of those guys that without basically a person to hold his hand, he's just not as good. He's not an independent support hero. He has to have a friend.
Yeah, and many people are really wondering why Axe was playing the Wisp all the time, and I got the impression he will do it again. So Axe will not be playing a solo hero most likely, but rather a support, which is really unusual. And a Keeper of the Light band, do they know something that I don't?
I'm assuming so.
Well, I know they used it in game 1 against IG. They had a Keeper of the Light with Tiny tri-lane. But that was actually not incredibly effective.
They must be looking at off lanes right now. If first selection does go to Mouseport, so if they want to block them and pick up the Windrunner as their fourth selection, they will have a couple of options there. I'm just wondering what EHOME want to run on their side lane. I don't think we've ever seen them run a Kotl side lane, or if we're just thinking support heroes for EHOME. Do they run aggressive? Do they run middle lane as well? Where does Brewmaster fit into this? Does Wisp and Tiny go the middle lane and Wisp becomes our rune control hero? Brewmaster with one hero support in the top lane plus one rando on the bot lane. There's still Lone Druid in the mix as well, so there are options, pretty nice options as well for the side lane. Not to mention, if we want to start going tower pushes, no one's really got anything of that until Tiny gets Aghanims, but Complexity are the king of that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Tiny, it takes too much time really for him to get Manta Cell plus Agnes, and then he becomes a sieging beast, but you kind of have to survive until that point.
But it does let you skip it. Like, you can get that Aghanims a little bit faster, mainly because, well, you got Wisp to take you around, so it means you can move a lot faster around the map. You don't have to worry about, like, moving anywhere, really, because, well, you've got Wisp to tether you. He'll take you anywhere you want to go on the map, so you don't have to be too concerned about what you want. Like,
yeah,
you don't need the blink dagger is what I'm trying to say. We get my language finally out. And there's our Windrunner from Mouseport, so they do take that side lane hero.
And depriving EHOME of choosing that one, because we all know that EHOME kind of likes to run the offlane Windrunner as well. So kind of having a look actually over to the EHOME booth, and they are in deep thought as it seems.
I was like, who do you want on the side lane? It's very, very restrictive for what they want to do.
Enigma, possibly. They
Enigma
might
could
run
run it.
offlane Enigma, and they would actually give them some crowd control, really.
Yeah, to a point it would as well, but then you've got to take into account Rubik is still on the field, and he would love to soak up a black hole. And unlike the Brewmaster Ultimate, he doesn't have to wait till the Brewmaster Ultimate wears out. He'll grab the black hole instantly and then turn around. Of course, then you'll still be up against a Brewmaster Ultimate and you can't do your black hole. So it's painful either way they want to go. And we're going to go a jungler for EHOME. They grab up the Enchantress.
That would still mean that their lanes are really weak, though.
Yeah.
That's. I think it's going to be a big issue for EHOME.
I'm wondering if we're even going to see, like, this is a nightmare for them. Tidehunter's going to love this. It's like, well, I've got two melee heroes on the map right now. I'm going to have a great time in my lane. We've got so much more to play with. Rubik, Morphling, Windrunner, all range, all good harassment, and also great at level 1 and in the early levels, where you look at in EHOME, it's a weird combination. They've got Enchantress, who's great in the early levels for adding pressure, great for farming, but they got to add pressure towards the towers. Tiny and Wisp, they don't really hit that mark until they hit level 6, 7, and above. And then Brewmaster, he's also a rather level-dependent kind of guy. He wants his level 6 before he moves out. So Enchantress is almost a contradiction to the first 3 picks of EHOME.
Well, Mousesport's lineup at the moment is incredibly flexible. We do not know if they want to run Tidehunter as a core, Rubik as a core,
Windrunner core,
Windrunner
Morphling core.
Morphling core for sure, that's true. But Windrunner core, I think we can actually kind of assume that as well. There are very few teams that still run Windrunner as a support.
Uh-huh.
So depending on the last pick, then we might be able to figure it out.
But Mousesports can run him as a support as well, and it wouldn't be beyond them with that lineup, because it isn't the original Mousesports lineup. Mousesports, their original lineup doesn't have Kurokai in it. Kurokai was one of the latest entrances into the tournament because he could get himself a visa at a decent rate. And there was trouble with Come With Me getting himself out of Romania. So this isn't the normal Mousesports lineup. So it has forced them to chop and change kind of a lot of roles and key heroes that Come With Me would normally play that Kurokai normally wouldn't. In this scenario, we've got Shadow Shaman as well. So Sing Sing currently has 3 heroes he normally plays. But where does, like, Black's on Morphling, but anything else is, you can't read it. You cannot read this right now. You cannot read the lanes. Even if the players select their heroes, EHOME cannot say, this will be this lane, this will be that lane. EHOME, they've got to just say, we'll try and get our lane stable and not go for counter lanes. That won't work for them.
EHOME needs one more solo hero, and I'm really wondering what they will pick. And they probably will be picking something incredibly surprising.
Where's our Doombringer? I'm just saying, man.
That would be so wrong if they actually tried it.
Let's just go mass melee. That's going to work for us. Can you kill us? No, because we have too much life points. I'm Doom. You can't kill Doom because Doom is a boss.
At that time, Tiny is going to be soloing the short lane with Wisp pulling, basically. So Brewmaster mid. So Enchantress in the jungle. So they're essentially not.
Bounty Hunter's their final one.
Yeah, okay, we'll go one more melee.
Okay.
Why not? We're playing against Tide anyway.
And that's their off lane. That's their off lane.
Yes,
they needed something that would run off lane, and they would have had the choice of Lone Druid or really Bounty Hunter in my mind for that. And Lone Druid, in a way, he probably would have been a better choice than Bounty Hunter.
But let's see how that works out, really.
Yep. Hey, it's a one-game strat. You've only got one game. This is not best of 3. This is a best of 1. You win this or you go home.
I really have the impression that Mousesports is running. They should not go aggressive against EHOME's lineup, though. EHOME have 3 melee heroes as solo heroes, so you can just harass them to death. But trying to kill them, I think it's incredibly difficult and at the same time incredibly dangerous as well.
Winning the lane is going to be the key thing for Mousesports right now. We're going to run through Mousesports very, very quickly because I'll take these boys. We've got Bamboo. He'll be taking the role as the piratey Tide Hunter with a Hammerhead on the bot lane. Black will also be down here as the Morphling. Sing Sing will be taking up the role as Rubik, 1437 onto the Shadow Shaman, and Kurokai as our Windrunner. Now, 1437, normal support player, so we assume that Sing Sing will be going that middle lane, and it will be a tri-lane for Mousesports on bottom. But it's going to be so dependent on what EHOME want to run.
Yeah, and I'm just going to go quickly run through EHOME. It will be QQQ once again on the jungle hero, as always, basically. Lamb on the Tiny, no surprise here, with Axe supporting on the Wisp. King J going to be taking the role as the Brewmaster, which leaves PCT on the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, so Bounty Hunter, I wish him all the best of luck on that bot lane. It does look like King J is going to go the solo mid. Bounty Hunter for the bottom lane. QQQ as well as Wisp. They're going to have their work cut out for them. They have got to keep these heroes supported. They deny the Invis rune to start with, and that just shows you right there. EHOME with an Invis rune, hey, you might be able to make something happen, but they say, you know what, no, we've got to play secure. We haven't really got amazingly strong lanes, but if we are if we have time to breathe, then we can get on top of Mousesports, and then we can dominate them. So I'm going to see just how well Mousesports control this early game and which lanes they do end up winning.
I absolutely love what PCT is basically doing. He was given sentry wards by someone, and instantly he's just dewarding that observer ward.
Mm-hmm. It means he can move without having to always pop off that ghost walk and not always have to have it on cooldown.
He just
probably
really
for
wants
sentry
that
wards though.
There's no way he's going to get any creeps on that lane. But
and look at 1437. He's coming in with 2 sentry wards of his own. This is not going to be XP on the bot lane. This is going to be pain delivered by a Shadow Shaman and Black on a Morphling. And this means that we're going to have really good farm up on the Morphling. And we're already seeing Lamb, he's having a lot of trouble on top lane. Bamboo, this is heaven for him. He is a kid in a candy store right now, or in this case, a overgrown watermelon with a pirate hat in a candy store. Tiny's going to do nothing against him. QQQ, He's trying to pull on the side. X is doing the same. They're going to get whatever they possibly can out of this jungle.
And they know that he's there, but it's so hard to kill that Tide Hunter because he's so tanky, especially with that stout shit that he brought up. And if he puts one more point into Krakenshire once he pops level 2, he's virtually kind of unkillable with just 2 guys.
PCT. This is a ballsy play if he's really going to grab the aggro, and I think he is going to attempt it. Normally this is done with something you are happy to sacrifice, but he's going to pull the entire creep wave up. 1-4-3-7 is actually not going to get in range in time. PCT is fast enough, so he's managed to steal some decent experience here.
And finds the region room. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, he gets instantly hit by a creep, so it does nothing.
Yeah, I think he managed to...
hello, top lane.
Yep,
Lamb as well as Whip's going to jump on through. Avalanche will on Bamboo. Keep those spirits hitting. Bamboo on the run. This could be our first blood. Be a big hit. Tide gets tossed up in the air. That's one big, strong Tiny. Troll Trap is there as well. The Enchantress plays the mark, and EHOME gets first blood in top lane.
Yeah, and they were instantly going to follow it up with trying to push the tower as well.
Raise the dead, man.
Yeah.
Raise the dead. Make them fight for you. It comes down to the corpse of Tide Hunter.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And there's support also coming in. 1-4-3-7 actually leaving that bot lane. So PCT's got more space to move around.
But notice he's not leaving it too much. I think he's trying to hang at the back and wait for Wisp and Tiny to jump again. It would just be a tether and jump. But then again, Tiny, he's so low on mana, it is not helping him. And QQQ is also the same.
He's probably going to give him a clarity potion, I should imagine.
Man, check out the middle lane farm as well. We all know Kuro is a great solo mid, but he's harassing King J back. King J now running bottle, but it's 13 for 7, the highest CS on the board. Now 14 for 7 for Kuro, up against an 8 for 1. 8 for 1 Brewmaster in the middle lane. The good thing, however, for the Brewmaster is he's getting levels. There's only 7 to 9 for Kuro.
And he's getting some nice last hits as well because of that high base damage, of course. He just can't stand the right-click harassment because he hasn't brought up his stout shit yet. He went for the bottle rush.
Yeah. My question for you right now, though, is what happens with Black? I was talking about this with the Mouse Sports guys before, and just really wondering, just when does Mouse Sports try and make their move? We know EHOME, late game, these guys have got so much experience in the lineup. The decision-making late game is so strong. And Mouse Sports, they are still a relatively young, inexperienced team. Some players, a lot of experience, but most of them, not that much LAN experience. So what happens? Does Mouse Sports try and crack it in the mid-game? Do they wait for late game?
I'm not quite sure, depending also on the build that Morphling is choosing to go for. I guess it really depends on Kuroki's Windrunner on that mid lane, if he's able to dictate the rhythm or not.
And PCT, he is going to wait for this as well. He'll grab it and wait for Kuro to come in close so he can do some damage to Kuro, which he will now do. So Kuro dropped down to half-life after wasting his bottle, and that's going to really annoy him. That's 2-minute and 4-minute rune now denied.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Bamboo also leaving that top lane, knowing that the creep control is just too good at the moment. He's not going to get any XP.
And just risk the possibility of him dying again and giving it 2-0 to EHOME. And this is exactly what EHOME wanted. It's a delay. The oldies are going to start to appear. King J is almost level 6. Tani has already got a 3-2 combo. X has even managed to get himself up to level 4 too. So his oldie's not far off. And then we've got to keep our eyes so close on that mini-map because we're going to see X ganking everywhere on the map.
And we're going to see X probably with Lamb all the time. It's always a great danger. So you cannot really be on low HP when you're fighting.
And this is even horrible from X. He's pulled the dire creep wave across. Still have actually have a double push if they wanted some damage, more damage to the C1 tower. It's already down to half-life.
The Enchantress is also coming around with this, well, a Seto Hellcall that's just about to die though, and another Centaur.
What about PCT just watching Sing Sing on that bot lane? So low on level, but this Morphling's still looking good, like 29 for 9 up on Black. He's really enjoying this. The only problem is it's going to be the coupling of this top lane, which is going to give Tani an advantage over the Morphling when he's able to gank with his supports. As you said, like Enchantress wants to go, but she can't wait forever. She cannot wait forever. Now should be the time to make the move. Centaur starts to go. Ping's already coming out from Bamboo. They know someone's coming in, and there's a tether. Lamb, Avalanche gets it on 1-4-3-7. Tossed up. So easy to kill for EHOME.
No reaction time
Kuro,
at all.
wrong place to be. Wrong place to be. King J can see it, but a nice move in the end. Nice move in the end. Kuro will fly in his boots.
Wind run as well.
That's exactly what he needs.
He's going to be just fine. At the moment, it's really Mouz are only winning the bot lane at the moment. Mid lane is even, and top lane they're losing really hard.
But then again, we're seeing what Morphlings can do when they're winning a lane. Especially Black's Morphling. It was one of these scenes which we saw Mousesports attempt, well, not even attempt, they succeeded in doing so in so many online tournaments where they just get the Morphling farmed up, they'll add a couple of defensive wards up, and then he'll go E-Blade very early on and look for these pick-off kills. Not as easy this time around because you are going up against an Enchantress plus a Wisp with a Tiny that can come in at any moment and a very elusive Bounty Hunter as well. So it's not easy kills. They've got to be one-hit wonders if you want to really try and get some advantage off. But that means Black needs good farm, that means he needs Yasha, and he needs that Ethereal Blade very early on.
If he really wants to go for Ethereal Blade, that is, they have loads of tanky heroes on the EHOME side. They have 2 heroes that can get taken out instantly, Wisp as well as Enchantress. But if he does not succeed, so all the other heroes are not prime targets, really.
Dire's top tower
And
is
just
under
checking
attack.
EHOME overall, 1,500 or 700 is their advantage right now. And they haven't even taken a tower. This has come through the 2 kills and their advantage as far as farm goes. 3k worth of experience as well. And this is what so many Chinese teams do well. And a lot of European teams and American teams, they don't really find this farm, these levels, this continuous income coming into them.
They are really maximizing on it. Whenever a carry or another core hero goes ganking, for example, a support hero will take the lane to not waste the farm and the XP.
And this is going to be that time. X is now full level 6. Lamb would love to make a move. He's got a 3-3 combo. They're starting off with the Wisp. It looks like they just want to focus on the tower to start with. Then maybe find a kill, because no one's really out of position. You got a tri-lane now on the bot lane for Mousesports. Looks like they're going to try and force a tower, so they realize they cannot defend their tier 1, and they'll look for a trade.
It's incredibly difficult to do. Like at the moment, also clicking on mouse, but they do have fortification up, but top tower is still going to go down with Tiny cleaning the last hit.
Yeah. It would just be a waste in the end, especially if EHOME want to keep pushing. And with an Enchantress, there's a high chance. In fact, there's the jump off. It's going to go bot lane. They've jumped right on top of him. Avalanche 1437's already dead. Sing caught in the trees as well. 4-0.
This is something that EHOME have practiced so many times. And going back top.
Yeah. And Lamb instantly clarities plus bottle charges. He wants to be back at full mana. He wants to be an intimidating force here on the map.
That really already pulls it 4-0. And what I actually thought was a laning advantage for Mouz just instantly turned into a ganking advantage there for EHOME.
But we talked about it, man. Level 6, give him the space, and EHOME will be able to take care of the rest. And Mousesports, really, they gave him the space, and the trade-off is what they're getting on the Morphling. That is the trade-off they're trying to look at. And net worth, you would expect Morphling to be up on top of that one, but he's not. He's behind by 200 gold. Tiny is the richest hero on the map. Less consumables having to be bought, and he's earned a lot more money and put them into decent items for himself. Where Black, he just hasn't got what he needs. Windrun, however, is coming up in that 3rd position. So Mousesports, there's still got a lot to play around with, and we cannot forget the power of a Windrunner. Especially one with farm and a very early force up. Nice ward!
Sentry.
Catching Bounty Hunter out. Shock as well. Black will waveform up, but he's too short. He was too late to get in there. And PCT runs away.
He's got face boost as well. This Bounty Hunter is really fast. So if he's tracking someone, he can instantly run away there. And with Tiny also going for the drum of endurance, it's not going to be fun for Mouz to actually chase him.
Now another rune to be given. Kuro's going to be able to get this one for once. Surprised QQQ didn't just go in there and just try and get rid of it, but that could have also meant in his death. So
he probably wasn't quite sure about it. And at the same time, you were talking about the Morphling getting big, but at the same time, if all the other 4 teammates are too poor, then there's very little the Morphling on his own can do.
But this is a problem Mousesports run into a lot. They put so much farm into just one person. Shackle won't latch. And there's no damage as well, so even the clarity's not cancelled.
And trying to chase after Lamb is also not a very good idea. There's a Wisp who can just tether in.
And there's that exact tether, and Lamb's now going to make a run for it. He's already got the Centaur Stomp to hold him off.
Instant taking out.
I think he was dead before he hit the deck.
Yeah. We're tossing up such a fat Titan is not no easy feat, but apparently if you're a rock, it's a different story.
Tiny should have been at the Olympics, man.
Easy.
Weightlifting, he can pick up a house. We got Bounty Hunter now. He's up to level 6, so he's got the track on as well. He's perfect tabs over the Mousesports lineup. Also, when it comes to those kills, when Tiny and Wisp want to rotate, track is already set up. We're going back to base. Where is Wisp? Wisp could also do the same right now.
He'd be a nice guy. Go back to base and then take Tiny with him.
Yeah.
But there's actually no need for that because Tiny is just so fast. I mean, his current base movement speed is roughly 400, and if he pops face boots, well, that's close to max already.
Here's that prep we're talking about. So Bounty Hunter coming in, wanting to track up here on Blackie. I think he knows there's still that sentry ward there, and Black will instantly see him. But PCT hugs the Riverside and is able to get himself around, get an easy track off.
And meanwhile, Lamb's just circling around trying to find kills, but at the same time, there's going to be that Radiant Ward spotting him.
It's like, give me an Invis Rune. Give me it's a double damage.
It's a DD. It's fair enough. He's got a bottle, so.
Beggars can't be choosers. It works.
Wow, King J has a blink. Brewmaster actually does.
Blink.
Yep, naked blink, well, with the bottle, but no arcane boots or any other upgrade of boots before that.
Considering how much Kuro was really keeping up and staying in front of him for this, it's a real surprise to see, but it's probably not that much of a surprise after we saw Kuro rotate top. He was looking for that kill on the Tiny. Couldn't really find it. He threw a wild shackle out there. There was no real opportunity. He was just trying to make something amazing happen when nothing was really there to make.
Yeah, and King J is actually really caught up. He's 56 for 10, while Curry's is 55 for 15.
And top lane, Sing Sing gonna try and TP out, but no time.
Good luck with that.
X comes up with Lamb.
There's instant. That is just some insta-gib coming there from the EHOME's lineup. It's so mean that we're just coming in with Max. Who needs Blink if you just charge at them like a bull? And they have 0 reaction time.
And this Welkin, such smart play by EHOME. They're checking behind the towers. They want to know who is where, and they found Bamboo at level 6. And they said, you know what, maybe this mid lane is not the best one to go with. But then again, King J, Blink Dagger with ultimate.
There's a high possibility they would like to take out that Shadow Shaman who's tracked up on the bot lane there. If EHOME really decide to go for that.
Well, that track's just worn off, so he's okay. But there's the new track going out on Black. Keep tabs on that Morphling. Middle lane. King J's going to be really careful to get caught in that shackle. There are 3 heroes now here in the middle lane for Mousesports.
I still doubt the 3 heroes are able to take down the Brewmaster though.
Want to lock him down, hold him in position long enough to basically kill him. It'll be a tough ask.
Yeah, Rubik is not 6 yet either. So he's not able to steal anything. He's going to be 6 after the creep wave though, so that's going to be good for him.
I think we're about to see gank time here from X and Lamb. They're just hiding themselves inside the jungle before they
two heroes smoked up on the bot lane as well.
Yep.
They want to go on the Morphling.
They'll jump on down. Black will be the easiest one for them to kill. Look for the Wisps TP right now. I'm hearing Pinks coming up a little bit further up, and looks like we do have a TP coming down bot lane as well, and that's PCT.
They're on the hunt. They probably think the Morphling's too hard to kill. Ping's also coming out there from Mousesports. I think they know that EHOME's in the jungle, but there's very little they can do. They are smoked up by themselves as well.
So we're going to have a tether and just run in mid lane. No, they can't find anybody. Not close enough. Wonderful shackle by Koro. Bamboo will come in. Ravish to go. There's a chance. Lamb will go down as well. Oh, will he? He's running out. He's on low. He does take a fall. 2 heroes down. Bamboo getting locked down. Brewmaster Dolman. He runs inside the trees. It's the only safe place. Try and shackle them in. There goes Kuro, holding the Fire Panda in place. It's the Earth Panda he wants. Sing is on the run from the Tiny. Get yourself out of there, Sing. Talkie just throws him up on the high ground, and Lamb is trapped. Now's the blink up. King J will chase him. Shackle will go. Sing is out of mana, and Lamb, well, Black is taunting him from the lower ground. PCT will track him up. Is somebody able to get him down, please?
I don't think so. There are no heroes actually able to destroy tree. Well, Wisp is. Wisp is with a tether.
Yeah, that could do the job. Just, oh no, wait. There's the pull out.
Tiny brought back for that one, but it really was needed. And just that tether movement there by EHOME was just perfect setup for the shackle.
But Koro really made that magic happen. It's the reason why we love watching Windrunners. You can change so many fights so fast. T1 tower goes down, and Lamb will just let off whatever steam he's got left there in the mid lane. He's got bottle charges, and he kind of feels the 60-minute rune belongs to him.
We'll see how that goes, but at the same time, it's just incredibly difficult there for Mouse. Black's decision to pick up an ultimate orb, so...
Manta? Or
either
Skadi?
Manta or Skadi. Or Linken's.
Now we just see an Invis rune picked up by Tiny now.
I don't think he's going to go Linken's though. They're just, I mean, Bounty Hunter's track is not something that you really need. And he can spam it out pretty easily as well. The other one would be the enchant from the Enchantress, as well as the Drunken Haze from the Brewmaster. So Lincoln's, I don't think he's going to go for Lincoln's.
Just checking global experience as well as gold overall. Over 5k for the gold, and just under 5k as well for the experience for EHOME. We look at mid lane. Avalanche will hit. He's still got the wind run tossed up. They cannot right-click him in the state, but then the wind run wears off. Sick Charger's bottle, not enough to get him to live. And Gang Squad happens in mid lane.
And
now bot lane. Black runs, waves away. Sing thinking about picking up King J then. And he managed to steal 4 points in Avalanche. That must have happened in mid-fight before.
Lamb is gonna go for the Yasha. It's really that build that he loves. It's absolutely max movement speed and TP.
Yeah, we're going top, and there goes Bamboo.
He was trying to TP out, but Tiny was faster.
Yeah. Easy to get stuns, easy to get disables off. They just have so much fun with that one. And Tiny is left by himself as well.
Which means that EHOME is able to take out that tier 1 tower on the bot lane as well, without contestation. Bounty Hunter getting it.
It's pressure from all lanes. Full pressure from all lanes. And Black, well, he's not able to give any pressure yet. He doesn't have his Yasha done. He's close to the money, but nowhere near finishing up the full Manta style, which is kind of where I feel he is going to go.
Line's been drawn there by EHOME as well. Bounty Hunter, face boost, as well as Drum of Endurance as well.
Oh man, this could go really bad for EHOME if they're not careful. He wants Kuro and he wants Black. Now Lamb's going to come in. Avalanche toss. They want to start going a little bit deeper, starting on Black. Avalanche will hit on Kuro, but the Ravage will come off by Bamboo. Perfect PCT. Lives only just. Six touch keep him alive. A little bit of a steal happening right now. Black, he wants to go on QQQ. One hit. Now King J jumps in. He's doing an ultimate form, but he's saving it for a rainy day. Him still flying out on Sing Sing on the other side. He will take a fall. Yes, he does. Then Black over. Ty takes a fall. Kuro will TP out to safety. One toss in. Won't cancel. He gets back to safety. And 1437 sits back at the tier 2 tower going, what the hell just happened to us?
This is a huge, huge concern there for Mousesports. They were going in with the Ravage and it turned out to be a 1-for-3 trade.
Yeah, we're getting in danger zone.
This really seems to be that EHOME are getting better and better each day with that Tiny Wisp combo. The first time they pulled it off, they lost against IG. It was not very coordinated. A wonderful checker once again there from Kuro.
But there's just no follow-through for it to go with. It's going to force him off the tower, but King J's got his ulti up, so he won't really care too much. And there's a ping, in fact, going out next to Secret Shop, and it could even be for Roshan.
Oh, regen rune. Lamb's going to love it.
So much to play with. And he's already got that Yasha. And we'll look him not to complete up the Manta style, but go straight into that Aghanim. So point booster pretty shortly, and then only needs a couple of kills for 3k gold.
The reasoning behind that is Manta style is not worth it unless you have an Aghanim Scepter. That's the main reason behind it. Regional being popped, Avalanche Toss combo going to come in as well. Using the mana regen to the max. So much gold on the Tiny.
Hey, you released 1500.
Yeah.
He's just playing with it right now. His net worth is over 8k. Black is trying to keep up at 6.6, but even then Brewmaster is 6.3 behind him.
And the gold per minute on the Tiny because of his kills, of course. The highest on the map at the moment, 464.
You just can't keep up with that kind of stuff. It's farm plus gank. And then he can also get last hits on towers if he wants to. Use that toss, starts to do the damage to the towers. And he also wins the level run too. 13 levels for him.
Wow, I just clicked on Black. Have a look at it. He just purchased up an Ogre Club.
He's trying to get BKB up now as well. But we're going to fight on bot lane. There's a blink in by King J. Starts with a clap. He wants Blind to initiate, plus the rest of Mousesports. Clap now stolen by Sing Sing. So he wants to try and go for the combo, but look who's just around the back corner. Is PCT. Starts to track up on Bamboo. They've got perfect vision now of the key ravaging hero. And Ravage is up. King J jumps in. Wants to get the ultimate off. Disabled instantly. Hex up as well. He wants the ult. King J! He's down fast! 2 on the sidelines. Lamb as well. Mousesports. They got the best initiation of their life, but they lost Rubing as well as the Shadow Shaman. PCT's on the chase. Lamb, he's just so fast. Now Black, forced by QQQ. He is by himself. Kuro, save his life. Maybe they can. Banner's on the run. QQQ, he still wants to bring him down. Avalanche, head hits, the toss. Black, adapted strikes up. He's got no more strength to morph. Bamboo doing what he can. Lamb as well as PCT. Can he take both? Gush as well. PCT, toss up. There's the job by Lamb. Both will live. Enchantress will still take a fall. Looks like Kuro was playing around with a red head.
It's so typical.
Oh, Kuro. Come on, man. Wind run, right click, toss up, shackle. It's only meant to be long enough for the power shot. Now the tether. Is there a regen? Power shot. Gets the kill.
Play.
Now he's trying to TP out. Shuri toss will cancel. PCT. Almost even dying from that, but he does get the kill nonetheless.
Yeah, and a wonderful play overall there by Mousesports, especially Bamboo on the Titan. To the moment that Tiny plus Wiz TP'd in, he just instantly ravaged. KingJ didn't even have time to pop his ultimate off. He was just being controlled until his death. He was being disabled and too much damage at the same time.
But Mousesports, they're showing they can fight, man.
They're showing they can fight. But unfortunately, the overall situation is still looking incredibly bad for them.
It kind of feels like our last game with MTW, where MTW, the early game, it failed them badly. And then in the late game, they're like, well, hey, who really cares? Because we can still fight. We're awesome, so who really cares? Let's just go with it. That's what Mousesports love to do. If they can find an opening, if they can find a kill, they'll run with it. And now we're getting the line drawn out here. I don't know if that was actually by, it's actually by Bamboo saying, let's move bot, let's support Black. Black, who is now 1,300 away from having a full BKB.
Yeah, if he went for the straight BKB, I believe he would have it by now. But
yeah,
he did buy that ultimate before
Kuro.
that.
Can, man.
He's just tracking it up so they have vision next time that Tiny and Wiz want to TP in.
We got BKB 1,300 away now for Bounty Hunter as well. They won't care about Ravage soon. We are currently also 1,300 away from Aghanim Scepter. I'm waiting for Lamb and X to make a jump. KingJ is 1,400 or 1,350 away from his Aghanim Scepter. Enchantress, everyone in EHOME, the new fashionable item is an Aghanim Scepter. Because it just makes them all just so strong. The only one who can't have one is Wisp.
If there would be an Aghanim Scepter, how would you actually do that?
I have no idea, man.
I think the ultimate is pretty strong on its own already. It's kind of difficult to buff it once again. There's smoke out there from EHOME once again.
You can tether two heroes?
Oh, well, that would be so awesome.
And teleport two heroes.
Or it's an instant teleport or something along those lines.
There you go. Ideas are us coming out right now. Looks like top lane push. It's still X as well as Lamb. And they can jump that mid lane the second they want to.
We're seeing it once again, is Lamb completely outrunning X. It's so difficult for him to really keep up. Now tossing the Wisp back in.
Well, this kept happening in our group stage cast as well. Tiny is just too fast for X, and they break the tether all the time. It's like, would you mind walking slower?
We can't really walk faster than 522, so... But 600 more gold and he would have a complete Aghanim Scepter, that Tiny. And then I fear it's really incredibly hard for Mousesports to do anything about it.
The courier is basically chilling, waiting for the last amount of money, and that should be the point booster. Fly it over, pick up the point booster. There it is. And he'll fly all the way back. He needs the 400 gold now. Hey, wasn't he nice? He gave one last hit to X. That was nice of him. Share and share alike, man. Never forget your supports.
And waiting for it. So for Neutrals are respawning now. Going back in again. Avalanche toss. So he doesn't really need Avalanche toss. Well, he still does it.
He's going to use it anyway.
And TP?
Cell wand. Cell's bottle, in fact.
Okay, picking it up. And he is 1 XP off level 16.
Dangerous, dangerous time. So, is it now gank time? X, mark your spot.
We'll see how that goes.
There's the ping top.
Oh, smoke from Mousesports.
Couldn't have been at a better time. Use him as bait. Wait for the gank to come. They're going to use Black as bait, and he's still got the replica to jump off to if he needs to. And that's actually on a completely different area. That's down next to Secret Shop.
There's a DD Brewmaster coming in as well. This can be disastrous for Mouz or for EHOME.
Now he's going to get hexed up. Gush as well. Nice ward trap on him. They'll kill off the Enchantress. The heal still does come in. Lamb makes its entrance. There goes the Brewmaster Roman trying to stop Sing Sing. He steals the toss. Now sent up in towards the air. Shadow Shaman just picked off by the Brewlings on the back end of play. Brewmaster Roman, he's still trying to burn down Sing Sing. Gets the stun. Holds him in place. Bamboo trying to hold the Ravage up until the Brewmaster Roman has worn off. And Mouse Sports are down to 3, and Lamb is like, tether me up, man, and send me in. Bamboo, Shackle won't latch. X wants to go, wave up high. He's in the midst of 4 now. EHOME Heroes pushes away, but he is still being beaten to death with a tree. He will take a fall here on the top lane. It is another kill now for the Bounty Hunter dominating, and Lamb is not giving up. He wants to catch up, and Kuro is just like, you can run fast, but I can run faster.
Radiant's bottom tower
Again, in the end, EHOME do take the fight. I believe I saw a Wisp buyback, but I might have been wrong.
One way to tell. No buybacks on cooldown. Nobody bought back. It was a full EHOME, no loss.
Yeah, they did get the Mouse Sports did get the tower, but still, in the end, EHOME is just that Tiny is too big. So if he gets overloaded from Axe, the attack speed also increases tremendously. This is sometimes we always see as a problem for Tiny, since he doesn't have the attack speed to really support the Agnum Scepter. But that's not going to be a problem with overload.
The biggest problem I kind of saw when in that last fight was actually Mouse Sports not being able to get a good position for a Ravage. The Brewmaster ultimate popped, and they're like, I want to pop it now, but Tiny ran down, and then the rest of them ran east. QQQ was already dead, so like, well, we don't really care about that anymore. That's actually the one death that did happen. It wasn't a full wipe for no casualties. But it was just good positioning by EHOME. They saw what Tide wanted to do, and they know just the amount of damage that Tide Ravage can do. It stuffed them up in the last 2 fights. I should say the last 2 fights before the last fight, if you want to go with being particular.
Yeah, and Agnum Scepter now also up on Brewmaster. So EHOME are just getting far ahead at the moment. If we look at the gold difference, it's already 15k.
Koro would love a Shackle. Is going to get a Shackle too. They must follow it up. There's the Hex. Track out. I think it's just been stolen. And that's going to be taken. What did he end up stealing? But easy kill for Mouse Sports in mid lane. He did end up stealing Shadow Walk instead. That's not going to help him. He wanted track for money.
No, track for money would be good, but Shadow Walk for scouting purposes can certainly be very, very good as well. Bypass the wards. But if Mouse Sports are pushing in on this, can be extremely dangerous for them. 5 seconds roughly.
Koro, 4 stuff up. He wants QQQ. He's trying to line him up properly.
Buyback.
There's the buyback by Bounty Hunter. Tier 1 tower goes down. In comes King J. Jumps on 1437. What a ward trap. Him flying out, trying to bring him down. Now the Ravage will hit. King J's going to go down. Sing Sing seals the clap. They want to go on QQQ. He's on low life, but the heal's keeping him up. The ward trying to focus him down. Black does take a fall during the midst of the fight. Bamboo trying to live. One last gush. Gets 1 kill. Bounty Hunter with a double kill, however. Still fighting within the wards. And Hello, who's back? X and Lamb. They're hunting the Windrunner. Wisp him. He stops. Avalanche hit. Toss up into the air. They will kill off the Ranger in the mid lane. And that is now Rubik, the only one to survive because he's back at base.
That was 1 buyback from the Bounty, but it was more than worth it to get all those track kills. And that Tiny just not dying in the fight. That's enough gold to buy up his Manta Style and more.
It's possible he might even not go Mana Style. Is he going to? Oh, he does.
He's going to go Manta Style.
I thought he might just rush up the AC. Just say, you know what, screw it, let's just go even more attack speed. Let's get the aura advantage as well when it comes to the engagements.
It's just the fact that he's going to go Manta Style either way for sieging purposes. It's just too good.
Yeah, it's so easy to push, man. So easy to push. You don't even need to go in yourself. It's like Morphling when he gets OP. The problem is Tiny is OP with just 1 large tree pickup. Look at that attack speed with the tether. It's just so much. And there's the Aegis. The Immortal's like, well, I should take this. I'll drop TP. That's fair.
That'll be fine. And probably Axe selling 1 TP and picking up the other. Even the Wisp at the moment is just picked up a Vitality booster, so he's not that easy to bring down either. The main problem for Mouse at the moment is Black is very difficult to kill. He has died 4 times though, but still, he's not the easiest person to kill, but he doesn't deal any damage. They don't have really any damage source apart from that Ravage plus all the other spell combos.
I think a big problem right now for Mouse Sports is King J. He's finished up his Aghanim Scepter.
He's still not being able to use it though, because every time he goes in first, and every time he dies before he gets his ulti off.
Yeah, Mouse Sports just focus him so much. And he's the right hero to focus. That Brewmaster ultimate, it stuffs with every single plan you've got. Disable 1 hero, burn another, stun another, and he's able to tank up before all that happens as well.
It's essentially also prolonging his whole life, so it might be used in a sticky situation, but if he's initiating himself, he's going to come back at full HP.
It's like we have a bit of a top lane move now by Mouse Sports. 4 heroes on the way with Black as the bait. And, well, Tiny does his own bait. have an illusion. Hello, 1437. And he hexes him and then instantly goes like, no, it was a fake. But even this illusion does a lot of damage.
It does, yes. And Tiny is currently two-shotting creeps.
Creep wave? What creep wave? Shackle? That ain't real, man.
Once again.
Just keeps baiting them out.
BKB and the Bounty Hunter. This is actually an incredibly good pickup there.
Yeah.
Because of all the disables on Mouse's lineup.
He managed to have that during the last engagement as well. It was just never really got the right time to get it off.
Yep.
But buying up that Vlad's as well, giving him even more to Tiny. Melee hero, give him some lifesteal and give him some cleave.
Cleave?
Cleave, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's the tree, man. He's smacking the heads of everybody with that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what you mean. I thought you were referring to the last pickup by the Bounty Hunter, which just confused me massively.
No.
Okay, good to know. And 4 stuff being flown out to the Enchanters as well, so more mobility for EHOME's lineup, as if they didn't have enough already.
She's actually buying a 4-star straight off.
Yes.
I thought she might have gone the Aghanim Scepter. Well, I suppose positional play. Always a better play to go.
So they have so much mobility already, they're just really pushing it to the max.
I'm wondering if Tiny will now sell something and pick up that Hyperstone. He's just walking around with 3k gold, man. And yeah, there's the start of the AC. He buys the start of the AC. So he's one chainmail and one Hyperstone away from having AC.
That's 2,650 gold, man. Yeah, but he still needs to farm quite a lot if he really wants to go at. I'm wondering if EHOME they are probably just looking for an opening. As soon as there's an opening, they're going to TP in.
They're going to go on black. Or at least they're going to start tracking him up. It's so difficult to do when he's got Manta, which now removes the track. And he's still got BKB up his sleeve as well.
EHOME are probably going to push it. While now Mouz is still moving at mid lane, and they're not going to be fast enough since Tiny and Wisp, the two of them are just farming the whole time.
Well, they know they can. Wisp will take him in and then just leave him there. He'll go back to the jungle and then probably just walk himself or hover himself back into the fight.
The biggest trouble for those two at the moment is really first world problems. They just farm the jungle too fast, so the respawn time is too long. They can't really farm everything. They're just going to finish that creep camp way before the next minute.
They do too much damage. That's such a harsh problem, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Bamboo's biggest problem is he's currently 33 minutes in. He's got a buckler in his stash and he's 500 gold off mech. 33 minutes in. Kuro is trying to get to Sheepstick by the looks of it after having 4-star BKB Manta up for black. We've got 1437 walking around with what is attempting to start off with the BKB as well. And that leaves Sing Sing as our last one. He's gone double bracer plus strength tread. That is
you
not
better
the
get
best
out
place.
of there.
Where is he? What? Yeah, that's.
He was just running back when catching. Well, when he saw the time.
Kuro knows what he's doing. Hopefully.
Well, next time you see him, he just gets insta-gib. Not so fun. He did pick up an ultimate order. He really wants to go for the hex, but the biggest problem at the moment is really not
nice
the
sentry
hex.
wall placement. Really nice sentry wall placement. Pings came out there by Bamboo, and I think PCT knows it. They know he's going to come into this general area to try and cast the track in this direction.
Just look at the damage on the tower.
What tower? LOL.
Then TP towards top lane, defended. Black's probably going to jump to the replicates.
That's AC for Lamb.
Yep.
That's AC for Lamb.
One tower last hit and loads of creeps.
Courier picks up the Hyperstone. Not doing the most efficient way, but he'll fly back to base and then fly back out again.
He's 11 to 11 and 269 creep kills.
And King J, is he... I would laugh if he would go Manta style, but I actually assume he's going to go Sheepstick on top of this.
Double damage. It's possible. I really don't know. Maybe even he's going to go Lincoln because he always gets hexed up by the Shadow Shaman and subsequently dies.
Jump yourself in. Well, I could hex him, or I could just let the Lincolns trigger it.
We really should go for that mass Manta build. So AC just being picked up there by the Tiny. And this is just, this guy is doing so much damage. This is a real hard carry at the moment.
Wait for the jump. Wait for the jump. Okay, you got to keep the tether if you get a jump X. There you go, there you go. Just walking too far away. But there's currently a lot of heroes from Mousesports. Everyone's grouping up on the bot lane. Black's left one illusion, one replicate heading up towards the top lane, because that's going to be the, well, it might even be the mid lane. EHOME will force this. Mousesports, you can take tier 2, but they will take your racks. Or maybe not. EHOME's just like, let's go kill something. Let's go kill something. run down bot lane. PCT is currently...
TP mass TP's out there by Mouz.
Yeah, they're out. They're out for Black. He's still here, but he's got Replicate still. And he'll jump out to it, and there he goes. Long walk for nothing here for EHOME.
But they're just moving so fast across the map, I don't think it really matters. It's brutal, the amount of damage that he does at the moment. It's really, really brutal, and maybe pick up a Mjolnir afterwards as well.
And he just looks so icily sick.
One avalanche and, yeah, one hit really. All the creeps die.
I still want to know what King J is going to do with his cash. Kuro hasn't finished up his Sheepstick yet, and it's also going to be a risky thing for him to do. If he wants to go Sheepstick, then he's got to take into account the fact that he will have no buyback. It'll have to be a buyout. In this case scenario, like when you're over 25,000 experience behind and over 20k gold behind, you've got to take a risk. Buyback will not save you in this scenario.
And EHOME looks to be wanting to force it finally. They're going to go high ground.
Steal out by Sing Sing, so he steals toss. Might just try and throw Tiny back.
Through tight in.
Oh, that's true as well.
That would be so good. So you kind of save it Blink Dagger.
Tide, go stand next to that Rubik. And that would be a big surprise for EHOME. They might get their BKBs off in time. Or one BKB. Fucking bounty on. And in the meantime, Black. At least he forced the fortification. There's a Brewmaster Almonds. We get the jump in now by EHOME. Want to beat down the tower. Kuro can't really find a good thing, but already killing up the 5 pandas. There's a lot of damage, but look at Lamb. Just beat the tower down. There's no fortification left. Now Black is stunned up. Wants to go down by the Shadow Shaman. They want to force EHOME back out again. Brewmaster, keep yourself in safe distance. Sing would love to steal your ultimate right now.
They're throwing out a boulder, and EHOME are falling back, as it seems.
Well, they know boards are down. They know Black's not pushing their sideline anymore.
It really just took them 2 seconds to just mow down a full HP tier 3 tower. But that's just the power of the Tiny.
It's efficiency, man.
3.4k gold. I really don't know what he wants to go for now. He could sell the drums. Yeah.
Do it! Do it.
He would probably 2-hit a tower then.
Maybe even 1, depending. Would you mind just tethering me up? Give me a bit of an overcharge. That 1 hit is all it'll really take. They'll be fine.
The Bounty Hunter is also running around with the gem, just completely depriving of Mousesports of any vision they have.
Poor Bamboo. I'm really surprised he hasn't swapped out the buckler for the Stout Shield just yet.
Stout Shield's good, man. Keeps you alive.
Oh, obviously, but if you give armor to the rest of your team before a fight's going to begin, I'm going to say that's also going to run a high priority.
Yeah, it will be good, especially against the AC that Tiny's picked up. 4k gold. Predictions on what he's going to buy?
If we're going to go standard, it'll be Shiva's Guard. If we want to go something awesome, I'm going to go Mjolnir.
Yeah, I think Mjolnir would be such a good pickup. Just mass attack speed Tiny.
Yeah, the double Hyperstones to make it all up, plus everything else he's got. It
really is silly.
You could say it's going to take you 2 hits, but it's about that how many attacks per second you can really pump out. And I'm surprised he's even using mana to push this mid lane, because he doesn't need to. 2 right clicks and he's done it. I think they're waiting for Roshan. Roshan is up in a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
And that's also going to be, well, it's only going to be a second Roshan, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
So it's only just a secondary Aegis. And they might be worried about the timing for it. We've seen Black. He's got double ulti orb. Building up towards Skadi now for him.
He did have one of those ulti orbs really, really early on and build it into a Manta style and more ultimate orbs. Morphling just loves those kind of things which grant him stats.
And Kuros, he buys BKB. Tiny buys BKB. This is going to be the largest Tiny in all of history.
Well, that's one way to go about it. Storm in and just beat the crap out of everyone inside.
Yeah. What you gonna do? You gonna stun me? You gonna ravage me? They're going to try. 5-man smoke by Mousesports. They're expecting EHOME to be in Roshan. And there goes the power shot. Checking it out. And look at 1 creep from Enchantress. I got the high ground. What you going to do? EHOME, they're waiting for Mousesports to go in to check this. Once they do, they get revealed out. There goes the Sentry Wars themselves. They want to know where the vision is. Power shot flies through. And that's going to reveal off King J as well as PCT up in the high ground.
We've got a bit of a Mexican standoff there once again. And it is Black who already purchased up the full Skadi. I'm a bit surprised that he's not counter-pushing top lane at the moment, forcing him to do something.
He needs to be with the team if they're going to fight, if they're going to have any chance of winning that fight.
He can still jump back to his Replicate.
That's true, but Replicate now just comes off cooldown, so he creates a new tide. He's got 1 minute of freedom to push out by the looks of it bottom lane. Kuro already dewarding. EHOME, they want vision of this Rosh pit.
Lamb's just not impressed. Just walks around with his massive tree and just hits people with it. And there's even more Illusion Rune. Yeah, why not?
More
why the
tiny.
hell no?
So many tinies.
It's just gonna. Those ancient camps were there 0.2 seconds ago and just disappeared.
Ancient camps, they're meant to be difficult to kill.
No, apparently it's not.
And now,
And
EHOME. They take up smoking. Not a healthy habit. Don't do it.
Are they really trying to kill the Morphling? That's not going to work.
Well, they can try. If they get the initial hex, they can do it. But
now
then
Morphling's
again,
gone
he's already
already.
gone. He's back in the middle lane, and they're going to see him down there and go, well, that's not the real one. So, yeah, let's go Roshan, huh? Okay.
They could, I suppose.
And Kuro,
Kuro's going to
nice
scout it
scout.
out all the time.
But Lamb is sitting there inside of smoke, so he's like, who cares? Who really cares about it? But do we finally have Mech? Oh my lord, critical moment. 42 minutes in, Mech is completed on Tidehunter.
It's flying out to him. And EHOME, despite having that advantage, are still not going in there. They just can't really find the opening. Tiny doesn't have Blink.
Would you believe Mouse Sports are staying on par with EHOME now? Gold and experience difference is not changing. In fact, it's going higher for Mouse Sports. They're finding more farm, and a lot of it's coming through Black. He's now got another 2,400 gold up on the Morphling. While they might not have the awesome, oh my god, power of Tiny, they do have the ability to hex him, to shut him down, to lock him in position, depending if they get him before he gets that BKB up. That's going to be the critical thing for Lamb. When does he pop that BKB? Start a fight, end a fight? Make a choice.
It's really difficult to say at the moment, and I'm also surprised that EHOME is not doing Roshan. I think they could just go in there and try to force a fight.
I think they're just fearful. They're fearful of what Mouse Sports can do. They can pick off their support heroes. Bounty Hunter is not the strongest in the world.
No,
He's
he's
got
not.
1,400 life, and Enchantress, she's got some decent life as well, especially now she's got Dragon himself to complete it.
Yeah, they're going to go in now.
Yeah. But Tide, if he gets in there for a Ravage, if they lock down King J before the fight begins, then life can change. There goes the power shot, and they see Roche at half life. This is that moment. Black, he's too far out of position. Bamboo wants to go in. He's in position for a Ravage, but he's currently a Piglet. There goes the Hex on Lamb. Already, Ravage will pop. They hold him up the BKB, but they just one hit Tide down. Then on a Kuro, tossed him in the air. Tiny will pick him up. Black wants QQQ, and look at that hit damage right through the BKB. Wards get disintegrated. Meanwhile, back at Roshan.
Yep, who is going to disappear in around 2 seconds as well. There's too much damage coming out there from the Tiny, and I think EHOME were extremely clever in using Roshan as a bait to fight outside, and instead of Mouse Sports kind of defending the lane. Oh!
Jump in, 4-star up, let him be, X. Let him just break the tether, man. Break the tether, there you go. Lamb gonna do it solo, like all
It's
Tonys
so
do.
mean.
Actually, he's not solo, he's always got himself for company.
He's got a tree for company.
Remember Lamb, real men go rapier. Sell those space boots
I
and
kind of
fire
need to explain it. Yeah, he already sold drums to pick up the Aegis. Might as well sell the face boots now.
Uh-huh. Well, now he can go his Mjolnir. Now he can go his Mjolnir.
He's got 6k gold.
He can buy straight Mjolnir. It's fine.
Yeah, pretty cool. That'll be
And
extremely cool.
4.6k up in the Bounty Hunter. Because we haven't even been talking about the effect of the track during all of this.
Yep.
It's not just normal gold change with kills. You keep that track up, and bonus gold just floods into EHOME's bank account.
And Bounty himself, he's picked up 7 kills and only died 2 times, so he's extremely rich as well.
Mm-hmm.
And what's flying out to him at the moment? That's a full Desolator.
It's nice. It's
Yeah,
nice.
it's pretty cool. Some nice loot. But
Now Lamb, the time has come. The
Just
time
run-
has come for bot lane tower.
kind of run in and hit people.
There's no Ravage, 35 seconds on cooldown. Morph is back at base. His replicate is on cooldown. And Lamb, 4 hits, 5 hits, 6 hits. He is thrown back up again. Tries to get the shackle and the disruption. Power shot through. He's got 3k
doesn't care.
life. Sing steals 1 ability and his toss. That's not going to help him too much. Tide, I want to throw you in, but you got 15 seconds for Ravage. The Mass Serpent ones are holding EHOME out for the moment.
Yeah, they're just gonna wait for the next creep wave and really go in. And Lamb could just, well, he could die and come back with the Aegis.
Black,
Buyback
this
and
is your
go in
moment,
again.
Black. This is your moment. He's heading top. At the same time, Lamb's going in through bot lane. There goes the Gush, slowing him down. Look for that toss from Bamboo. Replica's just watching the bot lane. Black wants to push out the other lanes. I think he's even trying to use Shadow Shaman, forced up in. Lamb comes in close, now the Hex on 1437, and look at his life! Oh, look at what life he doesn't have. Bamboo will get the Ravage off. Lamb goes down a little bit, but he tosses his teammate in. PCT on the BKB. Squats down on top of the Tide's head. Double kill now for the Enchantress. Shackle holding, bounty on her in, so at least there's one kill before the Broodling sends him up in the air. Black goes down as well. This, my friends, is GG. Kuro will go down. GG well played comes out from 1437. And EHOME, they got second place. They came through the lower bracket in the last international. They got knocked down earlier than they would have really anticipated this time around.
And
but
really,
they keep their hopes alive.
I absolutely love their style with that tiny Wisp combo and really pushing it to the max at the moment. Unfortunately, we'll have to say goodbye to Mouz.
Yes.
And that will be the exit for them of the tournament. But I think they have been already showing off their strength by 3-0ing WE after coming here.
Yeah, they've done some great work. They've worked their way here. And, well, we are sad to see them go, but we'll also be happy to see them stay and watch the rest of the matches. You can do so as well. We might have a couple more matches coming up, but hey, we need to jump ourselves to the guys to tell us what we should know. Jump back to you, James.
All right, thank you, Toby and Slesh. Yeah, so EHOME then beating out Mouse Sports, very convincing fashion. Tiny and Wisp really worked out well for them. And, well, just everybody in that team, to be honest. But, of course, that does mean now that EHOME will be playing versus Complexity tomorrow in the lower bracket round 2. Guys, anything to say about the match?
Well, it's the Wisp Tiny. I mean, you mentioned that's the combo which worked. It's not the first time they've used. They used in the group stage against numerous opponents, against MTW. They used against IG. Something that really impressed me in the group stage is when they went up against IG, they used it in game 1. You play 2 games against each team. It didn't work at all. They got pretty much stomped. But game 2, they come back. They say, it didn't work. Let's use it again, and let's make it work. And it shows that they're not afraid to stick with something that didn't work originally. They just make some adjustments, and they keep on using it here.
Yeah, I actually talked to some of the EHOME players after that game, despite their English difficulties, and they said, no, we just make a lot of mistakes. We try again. And they literally just ran it again, and it worked wonderfully. And obviously, it worked amazingly in this game. I mean, Mouz were just a little overmatched. EHOME are a fantastic team. I mean, obviously, they struggled in the group phases. They ended up coming out in the losers bracket. And I think that's honestly a bit of an upset. I felt like they probably should have made it through the group phase, but they just didn't play very well. Mouse Sports, easily one of the most entertaining teams in Dota. I mean, people love them. They're awesome guys. I'm friends with many of them, but it's sad to see them go. That said, they weren't even really supposed to be here. They just kind of
they
got in.
did mention that their practice schedule was non-existent coming in here, and they beat World Elite to get into the tournament. They were looking to put up the best fight they could versus EHOME, and they definitely stuck in there. Kuroki, did a pretty good job on his Windrunner, but it just didn't come together in the end of it. And I think Bambo, unfortunately, is going to get the wooden spoon here.
He's on your fantasy team there?
He is. He's still on my... I don't know why I haven't sold him. No one will buy him. That's what I figure. Even though you can sell people on Fantasy Dota just like that, the server just says, no, we don't want him back. So I'm stuck with the points. All right, then. So we'll come back in a minute and we'll speak to Bruno, the Statman, about a little bit about the game as well before we move on to the next game. But we do have a winner's interview with EHOME.
好了，各位正在收看直播的观众朋友们，大家好，我是金玲。现在站在我身边的呢，就是刚刚取得胜利的EHOME战队的成员，是国士无双，来给大家打一个招呼。
大家好，我是国士无双。
那国士无双的话，也是在刚才的比赛中非常出彩的使用了山岭巨人这样一个英雄。能给我们分享一下这样一个英雄的心得吗？
Can you share some information with us?
主要还是我们的战术体系吧。我们overall 配山岭巨人这样的话爆发高。
Overall we did very well.
所以我们就
So
用起来就可能是
basically
别人感觉可能是山岭巨人玩得好，其实就是我们战术体系使这个
we were very well prepared for this game.
最大化发挥了。
And we did the best we could. That's what's it. As far as I know, before that, you were doing quite a bloody battle before that. This is very European style and American style, isn't it? Today, we have shown their advantages. their strong points. How do you feel about it? Overall, when they went onto the lane, they were not doing all that well. If they had been a little more strategic, they wouldn't have ended up this way. Overall, you have all these heroes. And you are using the DPS style. And do you think you will continue to use it? Probably would. Because in China, it's a very popular one. So at the beginning, they didn't have much time to explore the strategy. All right. Right. You did very well. Congratulations. And I hope you will continue with this performance. Back to you.
Thank you, Anderson. There. So Bruno, we want to talk to you. What did you make of that interview?
I'm pretty sure he said my tiny is awesome. I'm happy to be the person who kills the most people with 8 kills per game. And also it's a match made in heaven because Sexy Bambo has 8 deaths per game. So you put them together and you got a good match.
That's a sweet pair. That was the best statistic we've had all night. I'm so happy.
So good. I don't know. We've been here too long that just Bruno gets funnier to me. I don't know why. I don't even listen to him. It's just his smile. But okay. All right. So let's go and look at one of the highlights then of this match.
Well, here we do see this is, at this point, I mean, Tiny's already got very big, so a lot of fun. This is where Panda and Brewmaster King J blinks in, gets immediately hexed up, but still he does go down, and this is actually Mouzsports who get a quick 2 kills, but EHOME, they turn it around, Nebula.
Yeah, they got a decent black hole off of this. The problem is there's just too much chase power. I mean, you've got a Gondar, you've got a Tiny, you've got a Wisp, coupled with an Enchantress as well. That's a lot of slow, that's a lot of chase potential, and we see that. Shackle Shot not quite working out there, but just doing a bunch of damage. I mean, this is really close. They almost get PCT here, but Bamboo trying his best to work his magic. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work out here. Bamboo Dodo, not always the best Dodo.
Yeah. Still chasing. And
he has wrecked my fantasy team as league. I would just like to know that everybody on this panel has been destroyed by Bamboo. I think we're like...
No. I'm all good.
You didn't
I stayed away from Bamboo as much as I love the guy.
This guy's too smart.
Just talking about the fight that went on, so we have some context. Kurokai was actually on the Windrunner chasing the Enchantress at the top. Do you think if he stayed back in the fight, it would have just been a clean, nice win for Mouzsports in that fight?
Yeah, potentially. As we saw, those 2 heroes that just barely got away, when one power shot through him may have done the trick there. But, I mean, Kuroki's a stand-in, so obviously they have a little bit of communication issue there, I think.
Really? You blame it on that?
They're also one of those
hey guys,
multicultural
what am I supposed to
Please
say?
come over and kill these 2 people. Sorry, I'm new to the team.
That's probably what he did.
The hell?
They're Mouse, it's possible.
Except when he said it in German.
Let's go then to the brackets and keep you guys updated on where we are in the tournament, which is almost at the end of day 1. We've gone through all the way of the winner brackets. We're still in the loser bracket, so we've got 2 more games coming up. We've got Tongfu versus M5, and then we've got Dara versus Absolute Legends. It doesn't matter which tournament Absolute Legends play in, they always get the worst scheduled time to play. They're in Australia, they play in European tournaments.
I was thinking the
they
same
come
thing.
to the international, it's like, hey guys, how would you like to play at 1 a.m.?
Maybe they really
this
like
is probably good for them. I mean, they're generally used
they
to playing
train this
3
when they're in
how they
Australia.
play. Yeah,
So like, they're like, holy shit, Dara, you up.
Yeah, I actually
Sorry.
I passed Snoopy on the way back from the green room, and he literally was half asleep against the wall, like face on the wall. He pulls, he's like, Nebula, I want to go to bed, man.
Yeah, we've been here a long time as well. We wake up at 6 a.m. to come here.
And then even if they
and it's
win,
11 now,
he has to come back tomorrow morning at like 7 a.m.
All right, then. So we'll get the game on the way. Make sure that we get all the amazing preview stuff that we do that keeps you guys informed and educated. Tongfu.